You got it right. It's pretty good, isn't it? Yes, I am indeed Joe Waterfield. I feel a little bit like a teacher there. It's already been written for me, Mr. Waterfield here. But I'm not a teacher. Tonight, I'm going to be a comedian. I'm going to be doing some comedy for you today. And I'm going to be doing also some pitching, because this is a film-based stand-up and indeed panel show comedy night. So I'm going to be doing a bit of pitching of my latest big film idea. And don't worry, it is going to be funny. I think it's going to be pretty funny. In fact, I was going to say it'll be a laugh a minute. Hey? It'll be a laff a minute. But the issue with that is that a laugh a minute is actually quite a poor hit rate for a comedian. That gives me, I've got 10 minutes, so that gives me 1 laugh per minute, 10 laughs by my calculation. I think I'm right. I'm no mathematician. Like I say, tonight I'm doing comedy. But I'm quite ambitious. I think that if we work together, we can maybe get more than 10 laughs out of this 10 minutes. We're going to maybe squeeze maybe 15 laughs, perhaps, if we all really try hard, perhaps even 20 laughs. I think that we could perhaps get that done. You see, I think that we should really be going for maybe a 1.5 laughs per minute ratio. Or maybe for every minute of time that elapses, we can maybe get 2 laughs going. I mean, that would be excellent, because that would already mean that 20 laughs, I've already doubled the amount of laughs that I would have been guaranteed from the laugh per minute system that we've decided is bunkum. Anyway, so done with that. So tonight, I'm not going to be doing anything it's not going to be a laugh a minute, all right? The film pitch is not going to be a laugh a minute. So I was thinking, what could I describe it as? Well, it could be as fun as a barrel of monkeys, hey? As fun as a barrel of monkeys, because let's face it, what is more fun than a barrel of monkeys? Well, actually, lots of things. Lots of things are more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Because when you think about it, a barrel of monkeys, if you can visualize that now, imagine we have a barrel of monkeys here. It's just a storage facility for monkeys, really. It's just a way of getting monkeys from A to B, or indeed from B to C, or wherever in the alphabet you choose to want to go with these monkeys in this barrel that we have here. And it's not really even the best way to transport monkeys, is it? It's not the best way to you can't stack barrels that well, right? If it was crates of monkeys, that would be okay, but it would still be a bit harsh. If you think about it, we're taking these monkeys away from the jungle, we're taking them away from their monkey families and their monkey houses and indeed their monkey businesses, taking them halfway across the world and then dumping them in a cage in Edinburgh, of all places, where they don't even have trams, and they're just going to be upstaged by the pandas. Anyway, keeping it topical there, trams and pandas. Always goes down well. I'm not saying that we should go crazy, right? Just have a bit of thoughts. Like we shouldn't, not first class, but maybe business class. Climb business class, and then these monkeys can have a place to plug in their laptops, or they can order a G&T, or indeed they can order a banana, given that they are monkeys. Why not? I think that's a better way to get them to Edinburgh Zoo. And it's something that I think it's a bit unsettling as well. Transporting these monkeys in barrels. Like, what are we doing to these poor things? Like the barrel we have here, as you can see, there's not a lot of room in there. Like, the monkeys have to be crammed in pretty tightly. It's a little bit inhumane. In fact, you could say it's in-monkeyane. And it's a sort of horrific thing that you would expect to hear about in an RSPCA advert about illegal monkey trafficking. And we've all seen those, haven't we? It's not very nice. Now, I could stand here and talk to you all about the monkeys that didn't make the trip, either because of lack of food or lack of space or lack of oxygen, and are trampled underfoot all the other monkeys and just don't survive, unfortunately, and aren't with us today. But that would be scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I'm a barrel half full kind of guy, so I don't want to go there. It's not really a suitable topic for comedy. So my big film pitch isn't going to be, all right, it's not going to be a laugh a minute, granted, and it's not going to be as fun as a barrel of monkeys, but hopefully it will be good. Now, you've got no reason to trust me here. You don't necessarily know me, but I guarantee I am trustworthy, all right? Like, I won't bite. I don't bite, okay? I'm not a biter. But then, who is a biter, really? Who is a biter? When have you ever met someone who has gone on to bite you, who was over the age of, say, 6 or 7? It doesn't happen that often, and yet whenever you meet someone for the first time, quite often what they say is, oh, it's okay, you can talk to me. I don't bite. Now, if I meet someone and they say, hi, my name's Paul, I'm not then thinking, all right, yeah, okay, Paul, we have that information, but what I'm really interested in is, are you now, having given me this premium information, are you going to bite me? Are you going to bite me? I might be tasty, I don't know, I've never really bitten deep into myself, but Paul, I don't want you to have that experience, so if you're going to be a biter, tell me, and I'll just leave this conversation. But that doesn't really happen. We don't live in that society. We don't live in a society where people are biters by default. And I'm glad that we don't as well. If I go to a party and I don't talk to the people there because I don't really know them, and they say, oh, it's okay, talk to us, we don't bite, we don't bite. The reason I'm over here in the corner pretending to read texts that I haven't received and not talking to anyone isn't because I'm scared of being bitten, right? I'm fine with that. If I thought that I was going to get bitten at this party, then I would have brought a muzzle or perhaps some toothpaste, perhaps. Either one would work, really. I didn't know this was a vampire party, to be honest. I wouldn't have come if I thought that was going to happen. So I don't bite, and you can trust me. But I think that really someone can say, I don't bite. That's fair enough, right? I kind of already knew that, but that still leaves a lot of ways that you can hurt me, either physically or financially or emotionally. That still leaves a lot of ways that you can hurt me. So really what should happen is that when you meet someone for the first time, they will say, hello, my name is Paul again. I don't bite, obviously. I don't kick. I don't punch. I will never pull your hair. I won't commit financial fraud. I wouldn't leave you at the altar. Wouldn't dare do that. I won't lock you in a cupboard and then push that cupboard into the sea, and that would cause you some harm, wouldn't it? I wouldn't do that. I won't strangle you with my bare hands, and I won't use my thumbs of those hands to pluck out your eyes and then just leave all kind of blood tearing down your face, like so many teardrops, in fact. What's your name? But that doesn't happen, unfortunately. But then we don't live in a society of biters, do we? But I'm not a biter, as I've said before, and you can trust me. And my big film idea, I'm quite happy about it. It's they say write what you know, and what I know is about me, basically. So my film it's the story of my life so far. It's a little bit longer than some of the films that are out right now. It's 25 years long, and it's not currently showing at any cinemas because it hasn't been picked up yet for some reason. I will be starring in it. I will be taking the title role of me, typecast as usual. It leaves a lot of room for sequels, I hope. Anyway, but I'll just read you a little extract from my film idea. I'm just going to put this back in here. Just lower it a bit to a reasonable height for a reasonable person. So I'm well prepared. I've got my film pitch idea right here. As you can see, it's a beautiful A4 paper. So I'm just going to look you right in the center of this film right here. Scene 17. Joe Waterfield, me, enters. He is strong and handsome and clearly very good at sex. He'll be played by me, as I said before. A brilliant action scene now happens, maybe free running, not sure, in which Joe runs down a busy street, knocking over pedestrians left, right, and centre. He leaps through the glass window of a very large Boots pharmacy and barrel rolls along the perfume counter, sending bottles shaped like apples and torsos flying everywhere. This bit probably in slow motion, I think. Well, we could workshop it. Joe then runs up a downward escalator, ignoring the cries of alarms and wonder from security guards and shoppers, and jumps through yet another glass window, this time on the first floor of the large Boots pharmacy. His fall is broken by a fat man, and then he, Joe, not the fat man, commandeers a cycle rickshaw and pedals at 60 mph in a 20 mph zone. He still misses the bus, though. And anyway, he probably didn't have the right change to get the bus. End scene. So that just gives you a little idea of what we're working with here. I think it could be quite a hit. I'm not really sure. But it's a subject that's quite close to my heart. I will say that much. And it's got everything, really, hasn't it? It's got adventure, it's got me, it's got a pharmacy, and really, what do you really need, actually, apart from maybe a storyline and memorable characters and that kind of thing? But I think I'm onto a winner here. I'm just going to leave you with a little joke that's unrelated to films or what I've been saying at all. That's fine, isn't it? That's all right. And if there's any music fans in, then you might enjoy this one. If there's any surfing fans in, you might enjoy this one. Everyone else might not enjoy it, actually. But, we'll just go out on a limb, won't we? So, here's the joke. What does Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys say when he goes into the pub and buys all the drinks for the other Beach Boys? I get around, which is the name of a Beach Boys song. Thank you, good night.